We're about to be live. You're live.
You're
live from downtown Pensacola, kind of. Hi. We haven't shared this yet, so give me a second. And share this away. Can you go?
I'm doing it.
Share it too, please.
Tell me what to
share
do. You're not my mom.
Yeah,
I wouldn't listen to my mom anyways.
Burn.
God.
Okay, give us a second, please.
God.
Got a couple places. We gotta put it out. I did invite Bobby Brown, but he's too busy for us.
I have like a meeting at Morning Coffee.
That's about how I feel.
I haven't even taken a sip of my coffee yet.
Yeah, so Bobby couldn't because he has some meetings. And I tried to do it via Zoom just in case he'd be able to jump in, but it wasn't working. So we are just on the YouTubes.
The YouTubes.
Are you done sharing?
Mm-hmm.
You were awake a second ago.
No.
Yeah?
I went on a run this morning.
Right, so you should be wide awake now.
No, they talk about runner's high. What about runner's low?
Hi! Good morning,
everyone.
friends. Cheers, coffee, cheers. Here for kitty news. We do have kitty news for you. Ethan, what's up? Good morning, good morning, good morning.
So first and
Should
foremost,
we wait a minute on the kitty news until everybody's here?
Well, first and foremost, in cat news, Spout is doing great.
She is great.
She's very playful. Tina's parents sent us a little teepee hangout pyramid, and she's been loving it. It came with a little string and a ball attached to it, but she immediately chewed that off, but has been playing with the ball ever since.
Seconds, I think.
Yeah.
This is sideways. You're just gonna have to bear with me.
I wish I would have gotten one of those GBO bean dynamic stuff.
Me too. We're gonna have to try to find somebody. Maybe Birdie Fuel has some.
Did you ask DD about them?
Mm-mm.
You should just ask DD about them. Do you know DD?
Why don't you ask DD?
Do you know Why would I ask them when you're the coffee gal? You're the coffee gal. No, we play the open division, so no players packs.
Well, that's not entirely true.
Well,
GBO does players packs,
but not much for open. Yeah, I guess we've always.
It's not the same stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry I'm eating. I need Tylenol, so I needed to eat first. I had a lot of headaches lately, but I haven't been to the chiropractor in a month until 3 days ago, so now I'm messed up.
Yeah, it was nice. The joint has been open, but we've been kind of avoiding and maybe it would have been better to go whenever the pandemic was a little bit hotter. And now that it's potentially cooling down, nobody really knows.
Morning, Paul.
Hey, Paul. We went kind of after they released all of the more stay-at-home orders in Florida, so we felt a little bit better going then. But also, like the day they released, they like pulled up the order and everything. It felt like Pensacola was the most crowded place on the planet. It just looked like it was chaos everywhere. So I didn't love that. So I guess people really wanted to get out.
Well, yeah, me too. I can relate. I'd love to be able to go on a date, and we can go to the beach now, which we're gonna do when we're done with coffee.
We are?
We talked about it like 5 times yesterday.
Fine.
Once he wakes up, he'll be excited. I haven't been to the beach since we left here before Waco.
Yeah.
Or before that whole thing.
We waited too long.
Yeah. So, what's the news this week?
Well,
last week was GBO. And I know it seems really silly that is chaos, but it absolutely for me, was chaos. Lots of editing, lots of communicating with Dynamic, making sure we're sharing things. We did a clinic, we did the Fly Mart. AJ was working on videos for GBO, and so it was just like overload. And kind of at the same time, disc golf shop started picking up again, so I started getting more orders, and yeah, it just got busy really fast. So this week feels more of like a detox week, but I've been super stressed out. So I'm trying to like do more garden stuff, and I haven't put out a video for last week, so I'm sorry. The last one we did was the quarantine mashup. Yeah, which actually,
but we've been doing we've been doing a lot of this stuff, Disc Golf Valley nights, streaming on Twitch, and different things like that. So I feel like our media presence is there, just not the standalone videos. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So I feel like we've still been pretty active. And you guys should definitely go watch the quarantine vlog too. It's hilarious.
These guys have probably seen it.
My friend from college said he watched it, and he is not really in the disc golf world. And there's a part where AJ and I are talking really stupidly, and he said he could not stop laughing.
It's pretty fun. I mean, I was editing it, and I saw it a million times, and I was laughing the whole time. So, good morning, everybody. Yeah, so I know we've talked about Twitch a couple of times, but coming from someone, I used to game a lot. Like, I was thinking about it yesterday, a lot. I used to play a lot of games. But ever since I've had a business, that hasn't really been part of my schedule. It's just there's no time for it.
There is some time for it.
There wasn't.
There always has been. You just choose to keep working.
He has no idea what it's like.
I do know what it's like because I see you and you're like, ooh, I've done 10,000 things today. How about I do 10,005 things?
And that's why.
But you could do 5 things of video games and save the other 5,000 things you could do tomorrow and still be just as productive as you are, but also
that's not true.
Relax your brain.
That's not true.
And detox away so you have more energy for the next 10,000 things you have to do, Miss Busybody.
Cool.
You're
I don't play video games that much anymore because I have a successful business and I like to take care of my people. Yeah, but so essentially,
bingo.
I don't know what I was talking about because Eric rudely interrupted, and now I lost my train of thought. You
were watching, and you realized that you played a bunch of video games.
Even if you don't play games,
and I don't listen. I'm starting to wake up. You can tell I've had more coffee.
God, so it starts. Twitch is super fun. We've gone on pretty much every night now because if Eric's not streaming, my friends Dan Snyder and Zach Benson, aka Buddha and Rainbow Smog, they are on Twitch playing Call of Duty, but it's not about that. It's about the chat.
Yes.
I literally don't watch Eric do anything on World of Warcraft. I don't care.
Nope.
But all the people, all the disc golfers come hang out in the chat. We'll play a game of Disc Golf Valley together. We just there's this whole thing about fish in the chat, which I know you guys have heard about. But we just have so much fun. It's ridiculous how simple it is. We're literally just chatting like MSN, but
it's a mess.
Back when MSN Messenger was a thing.
Yeah.
But it's just a bunch of people, and it's really, really fun. So
fish in the chat. I think my favorite rendition was Sombrero Spout.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
It's cute.
So good. We are, speaking of, considering a few other emotes that'll likely come out next week. We'll probably put them in soonish. And I think so. The couple ones that we had in mind were TV Face, for sure. Queen of the Pod, aka Tina in the chat. And then maybe a Felon emote. And then we got the rendition of the Loch Ness from the DD discs.
And one other thing.
So we have a lot of options. I
made a new fish last night.
Oh, you did.
Oh my God, I talk to Zach so much.
And that'll be an emote as well to add to the fish in the chat.
He's like teal. What do you think? Isn't he funny?
That'll definitely be a tier 1 sub to get more fish in the chat.
Okay, anyways, enough about Twitch. Hi, Garrett. If y'all, Garrett's my homeboy. He's actually in Florida right now, but he's usually in Vermont. He's been helping me with whale sacks for about 2 years now. Does some admin stuff and makes whale sacks, which is awesome because he didn't sew when I met him. He plays disc golf. He's one of my favorite people. He came on the cruise with us. We love Garrett. He's in the chat right now, and he just started a YouTube channel. So, Garrett, if you would be so kind as to drop your YouTube channel link in our chat so we can go follow you.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
Do it.
Please, please. Garrett's super fun. He's just a riot, and we like him a lot.
Game night with Smashbox and then coffee with the Oakleys in the morning. That's a good combo.
Love it, Brian.
That's
and
a
they're
good
usually up
combo.
late, too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, we don't have a lot on the docket today. It was a little last minute. We didn't even promote this at all. But we really love doing coffee with you guys in the morning. I was like, can we please do it anyways? I know we didn't promote it, but so thank you for being here. And if you have questions, please let us know. Ethan's got the first one.
How is the Switch? So
we bought a Switch.
We did. We used some of the money that we got from the stream. That was one of the early on streams that it became Buy Tina a Switch, pre-Hershey, Buy Tina a Switch, which was amazing. Oh my God! Hi, Henry. But that was one of the funniest things. It was everybody was spamming in the chat, Buy Tina a Switch, and why hasn't Eric bought Tina a Switch?
It was hilarious.
And we had a lot of great support, and we bought a Switch. We bought one off of eBay, brand new. That's pretty much the only place you can find them for a reasonable price right now because every other place is gouging the price. Tina hasn't even opened her Animal Crossing yet, but we've been playing Overcooked 2. It is probably one of the most fun but stressful games we've ever played.
So much fun.
We absolutely love it, and
we're good now.
We are going to look at a capture card to be able to stream the Switch. It's a little bit expensive, but I think it's worth it because I think we'll have a lot of fun. I am currently in the process of unlocking more characters in Super Smash Brothers.
Bought Tina Switch.
So we'll probably play that. We got our GameCube controllers in yesterday. We have the adapter and everything. So we have 4 GameCube controllers to just jam out, which is the only way to do it. If you play Super Smash Brothers with anything but a GameCube controller, it's not the same. But all in all, that's my Switch story. It's amazing. Overcooked 2, probably the most underrated game ever.
It's so good.
We
played it a long time ago with Eric's friends. Well, they're my friends too now. Brandon and Haley in Utah. And as soon as we thought about getting a Switch, I was like, what was that game we played?
Overcooked. Oh my God.
It's so much fun. And the cool part is the second version, which is the one we got, you can play online with friends. So if you have a Switch and you're willing to spend $24 on Overcooked, let us know.
It's 1,000% worth it.
We haven't played online yet, but I'm thinking about getting it for Erica because she has a Switch.
We probably honestly will need to be on a phone call with the person because you have to communicate.
It's a lot of communicating for sure.
All right, Hershey plan. We got a lot of people, so we can update on Hershey. That's a great segue.
Okay.
Do we have another question first?
No, that's fine. Ultimate Chicken Horse for a good party game.
Okay, we'll check it out, Chaser. All right. Hey, Jordan Castro.
Jordan, we love you.
All right, so Logan Hall wants to play Overcooked. That would be fun.
Let's do it.
So Hershey, our adopted kitty, Hershey.
We brought her to the vet.
So yeah, you guys understand the story. We'll just quick rundown. Hershey is a cat that I met on my walks and runs and rucks to field work a few times while I was walking around the neighborhood, and I noticed she was at a couple abandoned houses, and I was figuring, okay, she's just a neighborhood stray or a neighborhood outdoor cat. And then about a week ago, I saw her, and Tina. This was Tina's first time meeting her, and I was like, "That's Hershey," and she's super cute, and she walked over to us, and she felt extra skinny, and she was at an abandoned house that was up for rent, so nobody was there. So I figured,
and she was limping,
and then she had mats on her chest. So we were like, "All right, this doesn't seem right." So we brought her back to the house, gave her some food.
2 blocks away, so it's not like we took her out of our neighborhood.
We shaved her chest to get those mats off, and then she left that night. But then we went back and grabbed her because it was raining the next day. Gave her a little shelter, gave her more food, and just kind of kept loving on her because she's the sweetest little cat. And then she's been sticking around, and we've been taking care of her. We took her to the vet. Introduce Tina. Yeah, you can.
Hi, I'm Tina. You want to introduce me?
Yeah. Hey, this is Tina Oakley. She's from River Falls, Wisconsin. She loves Portland, and she used to be a banker, and now she's the owner of Whale Socks and Tina Oakley Productions. So here you go, the most beautiful person on the planet, Tina Oakley.
That's spot on. Okay, so we went to the vet, and we kind of had discussed the fact that we're willing to spend some money on this cat, mostly because of the Twitch stream, to be honest. Money's okay right now, but the Twitch helps, like, okay, well, we can, like, spend some money on this cat. If something were to be, like, super expensive, we could do it. So they gave her a rabies shot, and
they did
some blood work, so we'll get that back eventually, because I'm sure she has some parasites and stuff like that. And then
she's lived a hard life. She's about 4 years old.
Yeah, 3 to 4.
Yeah.
She's missing a bunch of teeth.
Yeah.
She has a mass. It's like a tumor, but they don't know if
it's either a tumor or cancerous. An abscess.
It's like a growth.
Yeah.
So I mentioned in my videos and stuff before that her jaw gets stuck open. Well, they think that her teeth just get stuck on this little bump that's in her mouth. So, like, she can't get her teeth over to the right side. It'll get stuck, like, on top of that lump. So we gave her antibiotics for that, and that should, like, reduce the swelling. But I don't think it'll make it go away. So we're going to have to see how it goes in 2 weeks. And then they would do anesthesia on her and remove it. And that's probably what we'll do, because that's, like, the main thing that's affecting her right now. But we did an x-ray because she was limping, and she has a little broken pelvis.
Yeah.
You see that? It's pretty bad, too. So that's why she's limping. And then if you look, we already knew about her tail, but look at her tail. It's like more than 90-degree angle, and it's not even connected anymore. It's just, like, stuck in her. So yeah.
So we have some. They gave her antibiotics, so she hopefully the growth goes down in her face. We have some painkillers for her.
Kitty morphine
that hopefully will help her recover, and it might make her a little more relaxed. But she's eating really good. She's still very affectionate. She seems unfazed by it. And she's
a little skittish.
Yeah, but what they told us was cats kind of are like that, where they kind of just don't care. They just keep going whenever they have different things. Like, I think the vet said her cat has, like, a messed up knee and was still jumping off of the refrigerator. Like, they just kind of just do cat things.
Really care.
I did see a quick question.
Jake Waller. I think the tail's broken. Not sure. I'm not a doctor,
though. David Radcliffe, you asked what courses are amazing near Pensacola Beach. It's worth the drive, about 45 minutes to an hour, to go to Foley, Alabama, and play Pecan Hollow or the Preserve at Graham Creek. Both are fantastic.
Otherwise, like, Blue Angel
Angel's
has
decent.
3 different courses. It's fun. It's not like championship course, but it's really, really fun. If you go with a couple friends once this whole thing is over, we have a great time every time we go. And you can play multiple rounds, and you can mix and match front nines and back nines.
So here's the thing: is, like, you have Blue Angel, which is 3 courses on the property, but Graham Creek is also 3 courses on the property. There's the Preserve, there's Pecan Hollow, and then there's a shorter course that's about a 5-minute drive away.
But it's nowhere near Pensacola Beach.
Yeah, but Foley's not that far.
From Pensacola Beach, it's probably an hour and.
That's why I said
10.
it's about an hour and but it's well worth the hour drive. But also if you're, it's only like 20 to 25 minutes past Blue Angel.
Yeah, I know.
Fight me.
Yeah, but we're 30 minutes from Pensacola Beach.
You're 30 minutes.
And it's 40 minutes for you to get. Okay, cool. Yelte, isn't it like, I don't know, 4 p.m. there?
Probably.
Next time my wife and I go to see your parents.
Jake Waller, absolutely go play Foley.
Morning, Tracy.
Pecan Hollow, I think is one of the best wooded courses I've played. It rivals W.R. Jackson. It rivals Dogwood Gold, which we would have played for Texas State's this year. It has a little bit of Brewster Ridge feel, Iron Hill feel. It's got those kind of characteristics to it where it's just top notch, very challenging. Got to hit your lines. If you're in the rough, you hate yourself. So I'm a fan of those type of courses because going and practicing there preps me for what life is like on tour. No turf tee pad.
I guess.
Oh yes, Jordan.
Guess what time it was.
Nice. That was pretty good.
That's pretty crazy. You're a day ahead of us. Yeah, that's and so maybe we should do a little tour update as we still are finding things out. We've gotten a little bit more information over the last week.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Spring called Eric. The Pro Tours, they know about the disc golf putting.
Oh yeah, so we just did the disc golf putting part of the Pro Tour, so you guys should be checking that content. AJ and I both competed in that, so it'll be fun to see how all that shakes out. And on top of that, right now the tour tentatively is picking up the 16th for most of us in San Diego for the Goat Hill Challenge. I will likely fly out for the West Coast swing and play that. Right now it's Goat Hill Challenge plus San Francisco and then Portland Open is what it's looking like now. Nothing is 100% set in stone, but that is the goal. So hopefully here in the next few weeks we'll have some more ironed out details and I'll be able to buy my tickets and everything and get really prepped for that because Goat Hill is one of my favorite tournaments, one of my favorite courses. I would put it in my top 5 all time as places, as the views, the shots, everything, the atmosphere out there. So it's awesome. And then I would love to go back to San Francisco because I really do like Glen Eagles and everything that they do out there. So I'm really excited for that one to kind of stay on it. And I had a lackluster showing, so I'm ready to kind of go prove a point. And the same with Portland. Blue Lake has a special place in a lot of people's hearts because if you've ever watched the coverage of Paul versus Rick, like you just know, like being on that course, there's just this cool aspect to it. So definitely looking forward to getting back there. And honestly, I think we're at this point is like no, I'm not going to say that because if you put me on a pitch and putt course, I probably would complain about it and find a way.
Sure. Fresh Lancer, if you send us an email, send it to sales@whalestacks.com. I'll send you our shipping address.
Sounds
cool.
I doubt spectators will be allowed at any tournament
for a while.
For the foreseeable future. Yeah. And I know that sucks, but just trust in the media companies. And this is you coughed. I do think that this is the perfect time for you guys to go out, support the media companies, do everything you can because this is the opportunity for us to push media into the next stage to really why aren't we on ESPN? Why aren't we all here? This is the time. This is the perfect opportunity for you guys to support everything that they're doing and help them grow to be able to put out the coverage that is ESPN quality that we're all hoping for and that we're all looking for. So definitely make sure you guys are supporting CCDG, Jomez, Smashbox, the Pro Tours channel, and Gatekeeper, GK Pro. I could say every media company. And the pros
too. Just gonna throw that out there. Not even talking about ourselves.
McFly's so high.
Simon and Eagle and everybody that's doing videos. we put a lot of work into those things. So,
Yeah.
and that was something I was going to mention is for us, it's tough because not like half of our income, but for me anyways, because I don't really make money playing. We run events, we do clinics, we have a lot of like face-to-face interactions. And if there's no spectators, then there's no clinics and no events run by us. And that's like our favorite thing to do.
It is.
And also that's how we get to sell whale sacks and our cool stamp discs and stuff like that. So it'll be an interesting year.
But we're going to be a lot more online sales. So I know it's a little bit extra work on our side and a little extra money out of your pocket because you don't get to pick the disc and everything. But everything you guys can do really does help support us. We still have Moonshine Lucid X Felons available. If you guys are interested, shoot me a message and I will get you the link to that if you guys are interested in getting a Lucid X Felon. They are fantastic. So.
Yeah, and I likely won't.
More virtual flying rights. I love
to be honest, probably won't be playing a lot of disc golf this year. Maybe near the end of the year. I don't know. I'm signed up for Canadian Nationals, so that one will probably be a one-off. But I might not play until I get back here. I don't know. It's just tricky because of everything Eric just said. Like media is going to be super important, and so having someone for Dynamic out there making film and getting us on Instagram and stuff like that, I think is going to be more important. Plus, all the tournaments that I wanted to play because I play tournaments that suit my game. There's really no reason for me to play Glen Eagles. I can only throw, 300 feet. So it's just like it doesn't make sense for me to do that. But yeah, put me on a wooded course in Alabama.
Put you in the woods. She throws lines that are worth well more than 400 feet because she's dead center in the fairway, way farther than anybody who hit a tree. So you got to play to your strengths.
That's how I set up my schedule this year. I was going to take 2 months off from everything and just play those events and Blue Lake because I love that course. I'm not from Portland, but I lived in Portland for a long time. So. Yeah, and so now that that's kind of all out the window, I'm going to just switch my focus, I think, and do some playing, but hope y'all are cool with me doing media this year, primarily.
Doomstorm 489, yes, we are 100% down to do some online stuff. Just reach out to us. It takes some extra work, but we're very interested in communicating and trying to make something like that happen. Joe Padilla,
I'm sorry, I won't make fun of you.
Tracy, I love that comment. You're absolutely, it's absolutely true. I saw another comment. Corey, can't wait.
Yeah, Corey won the whale sack the other night on Twitch.
Nice. I really want to get back to Wisconsin at some point. Playing, I think the one time I got to go play the Silver Cup, playing Rolling Ridge really made me want to go back. I think my only issue with that tournament is playing, Silver Creek? Is that the name? Silver Creek?
Yeah.
Silver Creek, I didn't love playing, and I think Rolling Ridge is a good enough course to just play that whole tournament on. And now I understand they've put a lot of work in at Silver Creek, so I think it's gotten better, so maybe I wouldn't hate it. But playing Rolling Ridge was one of those defining moments of I realized that I can play at the high level. So it has this special place in my heart. I really want to get back to Wisconsin for sure.
There's one up here. Doomstorm. What do you mean exactly? He said, would you guys be interested in doing an online coaching?
Coaching, I think is what he meant.
Oh, I mean, our life revolves around the couch right now. So I was like, what's that?
Are whale sacks better than birdie bags? Is that even a real question?
Oh,
yeah, of course they are. Whale sack. Here's the thing. How many top pros do you see using a whale sack? Almost all of them. There's a reason.
Not all of them.
How many world championships are being carried with a whale sack?
That'll give you.
Paige Pierce. She's got 5 of them. She's been using whale sacks for a very long time.
Paul sometimes.
Paul, Seppo, Eagle. You're talking about a lot of really, really top-notch players. Brody Smith was rocking a whale sack. So straight up, don't get a birdie bag. Get a whale sack. They're the best. I'm biased, but also it's facts. So deal with it.
So the other night
we have catnip whale sacks. We've done them. We've done them in the past.
Right, but he wants me to make more, and I haven't. They take me a lot longer to make, so I haven't made them in a while. But you know what? I do have some flipped whales that I could fill. I can try to make a couple. I've had that request a handful of times. It takes me so much more time, so I just haven't been doing them. I was going to say something before you said that. We were talking about whale sacks. Well, I don't know. Simon uses birdie bags. Yeah.
Simon also uses whale sacks.
No.
Yes.
I made him a frozen one a long time ago, but
yeah. Well, and how many tournaments do you win? Does Simon win?
Chill.
I'm being real. Like Simon's one of the best players, and he's one of my best friends, but he's not out there just grinding wins. Paul uses a whale sack, and he's grinding wins.
Why are you being mean to Simon?
I'm not being mean to Simon. This dude is trying to say that birdie bags are good, and he needs to get birdie bags out. Hey, if you like birdie
bags, then use birdie bags.
No, Simon's an idiot, and I'll call him after this. He doesn't ever win. Got him. Yes, thank you, Disc Golf Coolness.
Yikes. Okay,
let's change the subject. Simon. I love Simon to death. I have been there for a couple of his biggest wins, and I think he is undoubtedly the best person throwing a frisbee on the course almost always. He just doesn't always put it together and doesn't always have the same drive.
Runs every putt.
Yeah, and he doesn't always have the same drive because here's the thing. Simon can legit make any shot happen. You can think about it. It's like, what if you flex this putter around this tree with an air bounce? And he's like, he can do that. That's how good
anything.
He can do anything with the disc. And I think that also leads him to being in trouble.
Could be a bad thing.
Because he's like, I can do everything, so why not do everything?
Totally. I understand that.
So trust me, I love Simon, and if he plays the best, I think he can outplay anybody on tour. If he's out there grinding, and he's proven that, the year he won the Memorial, he was uncatchable type of thing. Eagle was close, but he just Simon's no chance.
Yeah.
So he can do anything except win. Yes, he can win. He's won plenty. He's a major champion, so I need to not dog on him too much.
Winning isn't everything.
Winning isn't everything.
Online coaching. Eric. Reach out to Eric.
Yeah, shoot me.
He has so much time to give you guys.
Sure I do. West Sax face masks. Tina thought about that.
What?
Making some face masks.
I did, and then I decided against it, and since then I've gotten 20 emails about it. So maybe, but unfortunately, elastic's impossible to find now. My grandma's making them, and nobody has elastic anymore. But you can do ties. It's just not quite the same.
Mm-hmm.
I've considered it, but honestly, I have so many other things to do, and I feel like the shortage has kind of already been filled. I could be wrong, but that's just kind of where I'm sitting on it. Online coaching. Yeah. So you want to give them your email address so he can email you about coaching?
I would shoot me a message on my Facebook. That's a better place.
One other thing. Well, I mean, if you're looking for it ASAP, then I guess it's a different story. But for our patrons, after a month, if you're a $10 patron, after a month you get a lesson with us. We've done a couple
Any word on the extra spots
already, and they were super cool, super fun. It's just kind of tough right now because we couldn't go to the course, but now we can, kind of. So I think
it doesn't matter. I'm still going.
Basically, they would send us a video. We'd go over it, give them advice, and they just talk to us about what they're trying to do or accomplish, or what things are bothering them, and we just talk them through how to get that fixed. So if you're a $10 patron, you get that after being a patron for a month. So that's one thing. Otherwise, email Eric.
Message me.
Sorry, message Eric on
Facebook.
And he'll get back to you in a week or so.
No, I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. Brock, that's awesome. Phones are awesome. And then, what's up, Cyrus?
Hi, Cyrus. Cyrus comes to all of our things. So does Tracy and Joe. Ethan disc golfs at most of them. Do you think pros will be hitting more B and C tiers in the fall to make up for the loss of play opportunities?
Okay, so let's talk about that. For me, I still like filling the voidness, and I'm just talking. This is me. This isn't blanket statement to everyone, because I think there's going to be a lot of players who just want to play a lot of tournaments. I am still on I want to play top events. I want to play on tried and tested courses with quality baskets. Like I legit am not keen on going to a tournament that has chain stars or Mach 3s or 5s or stuff like that. And this is all personal preference, is that I don't feel comfortable playing that tournament and putting all my energy into a tournament like that, where the payoff could be, you don't have the propagators to get the better ratings. You can go out and shred, and you don't even get the rating. Like if it would be the same, like you could play really good golf and not get that reward. So to me, I would much rather find the Pro Tour events, find the national tours, play the majors, and a couple A tiers sprinkled in here and there. And that's kind of where I tend to lean on. So I probably won't push for many B or C tiers, simply because I don't think they've rarely benefited me as a player. I've always walked away from the tournament a little more frustrated and not happy, and I don't like that. So I guess that's where I go, is like, I would much rather play a tournament that I know that I can go out and grind and feel rewarded for, and playing the top tier events. And that's what it is. And I think a lot of them are shifting, so we might have some more. Like I think Jonesboro has the potential to shift towards the fall, and I would love to go to this side of heaven. And why not in the fall? I would, any reason to go there and play. So there's a couple of tournaments that haven't fully canceled their event. So hopefully that'll fill out some of the fall for me. But you're back to your statement. I do see people getting more B and C tiers in. But
yeah, I think they will. But probably more of the ones that already do play a lot of those. Yeah. I guess I'm not even going to speak for us, just you, which sounds weird. Like last year, the year before, we get through all of these events, and there's already 16 of the the big events, not including majors and all the other travel and stuff we do. And so by the end of the year, it's like you're exhausted. And so even cutting out one or two of those extra tournaments gives you a lot more energy. You get a little bit more time. You get to do more fun stuff between tournaments. So it's not just tournament. And then like for Eric, he's going to put the same amount of effort into a B tier as he is for a major or like a tier. He's going to practice a lot. We're going to get there early. We're going to do like everything the same way. But then the payoff, like less media or no media, the payouts lower. much lower.
Ratings are
lower. So it's up to what you prefer. It's completely, every player is different. Some players do play them, some players don't.
Yeah, so. It's all, and I think it's come from, I have learned things in the past from those smaller events, but as of late, I haven't. If I can't feel good about playing the course, it becomes one of those things. It's been a constant battle. Like this year, I'm going back to Delaware, the Delaware Disc Golf Challenge at Iron Hill, which is a tournament I have not played well recently, and but I'm going back because I do think it's a place that I can play well at. I can do well at. So kind of getting my mind wrapped around, you can do this and it's going to be worth it, is going to be good. I've had the practice of years prior and whatnot. So to me, it's gonna pay off in the end. But if I can't go to a B or C tier and put in the same type of practice and get a similar type of reward, then I would much rather spend that time on field work, on putting time in the gym and practicing and different things like that. Just doing other things that I think will benefit me for the potential next event. If anything, getting some rest in is always good.
That's what I was gonna say. If we're being really honest, I actually asked Eric to play a little bit less so that we could do, Crater Lake and go explore in North Carolina and like spend more time adventure traveling and not just disc golf traveling. Because at one point he was playing like every A tier between the events, the big events, and I just like
We
it
had no
was
time
too much for me.
anything else.
I don't get to travel on my own. I have to be on somebody else's schedule. So it was a bit of a compromise, and that just kind of became what it is today.
Yep.
And it's working.
Totally.
How did you develop your putting form, and are you happy with it?
I tried Sam Westermeyer. I originally, just spun the disc at the basket, and then I watched videos and tried to learn the push putt, and did that for a little bit, and what I eventually kind of realized is that I was having issues, when the wind picked up in Texas. Do you want to warm up? I'm good.
I'm good, actually. Thank you.
Just all for you, Age. And then I started to realize I was having issues getting in the wind and being in Texas where I first started playing. And then I realized that I kind of had to get to a more natural spin to battle that wind. So I used what I had learned from the pitch putt and used those same mechanics to kind of mold into having a spin putt with similar mechanics of the pitch, of how my body rocks back and how it extends forward. That motion, but also adding a little more wrist action to pop the disc on the line. So, I can generate from my lower body into the disc more, but also spinning it straight forward. So it's good. So it's been a long process, but the number one factor that I've stuck with is I haven't tried to change once it started to work and once it started to feel really, really comfortable and something that I could repeat. I haven't really changed how I putt in since 4 or 5 years ago, 4 years ago.
Since you were at Tasmania.
Yeah. Once I really got good that one off season in California, I feel like my putting really hasn't changed much.
I'd agree with that.
The putter has changed a few times. He changes his putter all the time. I've changed my putter multiple times and I'm not going to say anything. I'm Tina. Got you.
I've changed them 3 times.
Whatever.
Which is still not great, but...
Yeah, but it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
It's Brock.
But remember how vehemently you advocated for whale sacks just 5 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Imagine
each putter.
Translate that into putters, and then
every time
you just open yourself up for ridicule.
Yeah.
Brock. So when we do clinics,
You just said that
generally speaking, we don't charge for clinics, but I think this year it was going to be a little different because our bonus structure changed. So I think we would do like $10 a person is what we had talked about.
Something, and then we had an incentive,
and then it like came with something. But
yeah,
if you are interested, what location are you in? If you're interested, you could reach out to Eric and set something up. Hopefully later this year. We definitely want to get back up and do that. We've done a couple like teachings, and I just miss that a lot. Eric with the facts this morning. Okay, sorry, we're a little bit behind. We'll try to catch up here. Have you played the Majestic? Yes, both of us have.
Yep, loved it. I would love to get back. Opinions on Star Fox. Star Fox is amazing, especially Star Fox 64. I loved for figuring out how to go the alternate routes. It was a really funny video about, I think it's Terminal Montage about Star Fox. Well worth the watch on YouTube. It's hilarious and really loud noises. If you haven't, definitely please go check it out. It's one of the funniest things.
I've given up on putting. Just flick justices at the basket now. All right. Yeah, Yelte, I think they're starting to push the trilogy challenges again. We're getting our discs in the mail in the next couple days, and we're going to do our own trilogy challenge. So they moved the dates back for everything that they were doing, match play and trilogy challenge, so that you have more time in the... Why is challenge such a hard word for me to say? Challenge. Every time it sounds weird.
Wisconsin just...
It's like stuck in my nose or something. Yeah, so they're going to push those dates back so we have more time to do them. But I would highly recommend doing it. It's really fun, and they have a really easy program set up so you can understand how to do the event. Okay, Tracy said you started the season on fire. Yeah, he did. Team P2 Marshall Guard Warden.
Ooh, we should be getting a package today.
Heck yeah.
Never
thrown felons. What are they like?
Felons are a great overstable. If you get the stock run, the felon is like an overstable disc that you can kind of rely on, but it starts to get straighter. It's great in the woods after it beats in. If you get the Lucid X version, it is your overstable utility disc. It fights the wind. It does one thing and one thing only, and that's fade. So you can really use that to your advantage, and it's great on the approach. It's great off the tee. It's great in trouble situations. I've even used it for thumbers. It's fantastic. So definitely worth trying out, especially if you get a stock one beat in. They get really, really good. Joe, you got to kind of work with your timing and really square up your shoulders. Get the spin working, but don't think too much about spinning it. Like really focus on your follow through, going to the point of release. Really, I've been doing it lately where I've just been trying to really exaggerate. When I miss a putt right now, it's usually been I didn't focus on the line. And what I mean by that is I tell myself focus on the line, because if I focus on the line, I follow through and extend to the target, and that's where the putter's going. More often than not, I'm trying to spin it and then I release it to the right, but my arm is off the line. So if I keep my hand on the line, the putt's usually going to go in. So really focus on that, and just tell yourself, like, I don't know if you guys have watched any rounds or heard me talk. I say a lot of things to myself before I throw and before I putt. A lot of times if I have a high-speed disc, I say throw it like an EMAC, because if I throw my high-speed disc like I throw an EMAC Truth, I usually throw them very good. So that's why I do that. And lately I've been saying Seppo Payu. And I say that because I've been picking up on something that Seppo does, is there's moment of explosion and whatnot. And then also I've been focusing on follow-through forward on driving. And then when it comes to putting, I say focus and finish. I say get it there. I said you're going to make this putt. I say a lot of these things, and on focus on the line. It's been the new one this year, and that's been a lot for my circle 2 putts, but also for sometimes my inside the circle putts. Knowledge. Sorry, coffee happening.
How do you say this name? Yeris?
Yeris bakes cookies.
Tell me Yeris if that's how I say it. Will you guys be coming to Maple Hill?
Reyes baked cookies
for the MVP Open if it's still on? Any plans for New England? 100% yes.
Absolutely.
That's right around our anniversary. Our 2-year will be this year. And yeah, that's like one of my favorite events to be at. I love playing the course. Mm-hmm. I don't necessarily love competing on the course. Personally, it's kind of like Beaver State Fling for me. Mm-hmm. I'm so in love with the actual course and the place that if I play bad, it like ruins the experience for me. And being in the position that I'm in where I have other things to do, I like to keep those as 100% positive situations instead. Mm-hmm. So if I can do media and just be around my friends and watch cool shots and film, that's a better spot for me to be in. So we will be there 100%. And I imagine if things are back to normal, we'll be hitting up doing events and clinics a lot more when we get to New England this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm ready for Maple Hill.
Yeah,
see Charlie, see Zach, see a bunch of people up there. Oliver, marriage made my game stronger, just simply because, you know, having somebody and having a relationship made my game stronger. Having somebody that after a round I can vent to, during a round somebody can use that as support. We've worked through ways of how to support each other. There was a lot of times where I'm not playing well, and Tina's like, "It's okay, you're going to be just fine." I'm like, I don't need to hear that right now. I need to hear that I'm a POS, and I need to pick my
S up. Which I don't like to do.
And I need, and it's like, so it took some time, and she's just like, so now we've kind of gotten to the point. It's like if I'm being pissy, and she's like, "Yeah, stop sucking, be better."
I don't do it
You
that
don't do
often,
it,
though.
but you will when you need. You've kind of picked up on it. So there have been times where it's helped, but that's you work through those things, and honestly, just having support as another human being, saying, "Hey, go out, be good. I love you, no matter what." It's awesome. It gives you confidence that no matter what, you've won at the end of the day.
Was that question just for you, or is it for both of us?
No.
I played my best disc golf when I was single.
Ouch. You won a tournament just this year
That
and
wasn't.
smashed.
Oh, that maybe was my best disc golf, but like consistently,
Suck it.
over a handful of months.
Okay, suck it.
I'm like easily distracted.
Oh,
and if,
super chat.
Heck yeah. Who's it from? Oh, it doesn't say because we're up at the top. John! Cool. And we got a question from John. Can I finish this quick though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of things that distract me. And if I'm like, I don't know, I'm like focused on this and this good thing, I'm not like super focused on disc golf. And so when I didn't have this, I was able to like really hone into that more and played really, really good. But does it matter? Because I'm happy and I have other things, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was interesting that I was able to focus more.
Quick, Tony Virolainen. There's the European Open is canceled, so I probably won't make it, which sucks.
Okay.
I really would love to.
Let's do John, because John is our super cheers chatter this morning. Coffee cheers for John. All right, John has a question. Love the retro line Keystone from Trilogy Challenge. What plastic is closer to the feel of the retro line? Zero medium or zero hard?
Hard.
Yeah.
Hard for sure. Zero hard. Hard.
Okay.
Zero hard, go hard. Don't need no car.
Man, we're behind.
Retro's prime.
Sorry, guys, we're gonna try to catch up. We got on a tangent about a couple things. So
Sorry.
That's good. That's why they're here, right? To hear your tangents. Just kidding. I just jumped in there too. Did you? Okay, so we
Witness
got to there.
To Eric thumbing a felon at VPO. Yep. VPO is Veterans Park Open is a place you have to have a thumber. If you have a thumber, it makes like 3 or 4 holes virtually bird, like just the easiest.
BC ever. Beer Boy, when is it ever too early for coffee?
Yeah.
Here's what we all want to know. Does Tina snort?
Nope.
Not really.
No.
If I'm super tired, sometimes I will.
And if she doesn't have like a loud snore, she'll just breathe heavily. But she has had a few moments of sleep talking, which have been hilarious. My favorite being,
it's the most recent.
She said something along the lines. She said, "I need to get the dirt. I need more dirt. I gotta get poo poo dirt."
I said poo poo dirt.
And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "The poo poo dirt. You know the poo poo dirt."
And the thing is, I remember it, but I don't remember what it was in regards to. But Eric was like, "Do you remember what you said last night?" And I said, "Poo poo dirt."
Poo poo dirt is.
I have no idea.
Very, very funny. So.
Oh yeah, that's good. Oh, Tracy agrees. Never too early for coffee.
Keep scrolling.
Starter Pack Challenge 2. Yeah, y'all should go watch that. It's CCDG.
Yeah, it was very fun.
Starter Pack Challenge 2. It's from.
It made me miss Kevin Jones. It made me miss Nate. It made me miss Jern. It made me miss Ian. It made me miss Brian. It made me miss Eno. Anyway.
What's this about?
When we're traveling, it's just we have the luxury of.
We have a traveling bathroom.
Stop for number 2s. If Tina has used the restroom while we've been driving.
Thank you, Eric.
But usually we have a pretty small tank on our rig, so we go about 4-ish 5 hours, and then we're pretty much empty. So it kind of works out to where we can stop every 3.5, 4 hours, refill, use the restroom, stretch your legs out. It's been good. Cyrus, great question. Is the bounty going to make my bag? Probably not, because I'm using the Claymore. I was using it a lot this off season when I was testing out the bounty. I loved it for backhands. It was decent for sidearms, but I couldn't fully trust it like I could the Claymore. I think I've gotten so used to the Claymore. But now, like, I could see myself on a couple wooded courses using it, but at the same time, I would most likely throw a sidearm in most situations, but also I could easily make the Claymore work in the same slot and or a seasoned EMAC. So that's why I won't be bagging the Bounty currently, but I will always have a few on hand to keep testing because I think it's going to be one of the better mid ranges we have in our lineup. But it's just about getting more people to throw it. It feels more like a traditional mid, flies more like a traditional mid, and I think is going to be a better disc for most people. Where the EMAC Truth for a lot of people might be a little too stable out of the box. The Bounty is going to be your point and shoot disc right out of the box, and then you're going to get a lot of life out of it as it has a nice gentle turn, very similar to a Maverick. Is what I've figured as the flight goes.
All right, we're going to go another 10 minutes, make it an even 9:30. We usually try to just do an hour, but
yeah, it does, Joe.
We got carried away. You guys are asking questions. It's good.
Wait, go back. Wrong. EMAC, sorry. There was one funny thing.
Yeah, there was no baby in the works. We're not even really thinking about it.
Nope.
Cream or half and half. Cream or whatever's available, I suppose.
EMACs are the best, but you know what I mean. I just feel like
what advice would you give someone starting out to tour or van life? Mark. Oh, hey, Mark.
I need 2 shoes. Still waiting on that basket.
Depends on what stage you're in. I guess that like context is key. But first of all, do it. If you have the means to and the drive, then just do it. For instance, I didn't necessarily, I did it really responsibly. I paid off all my debt, saved up some money, bought an RV.
I did.
But a lot of people don't do that. And I don't want to say like you have to be over prepared because frankly, we'll never be prepared enough to do something like that. Essentially, you just have to do it and make it work. And a lot of hard work goes into that, but that's good. That's how you become successful. So if you want an RV or a van, you kind of have to weigh the differences. For us, the downsides of an RV is that we kind of get discriminated against. Not allowed to park a lot of places. We get turned away from handfuls of parking lots, specifically at disc golf events. That's fun. And then have to pay like double parking sometimes, stuff like that. Vans are kind of starting to have that same thing. Talked to Paige about a couple weird situations they've had too, where they've been asked to leave places, and you'd think it'd be more discreet, but maybe with their van wrapped, it isn't. And like for us, the benefits are having a bathroom, having a full fridge and freezer, being able to cook whenever we want. So like having those essentials from home, we can make it cheaper because we have a fridge. And, when you get done with a hot midsummer round, you can go back to the RV and have an ice cream. And it's like, that's the best feeling in the world.
And honestly, if you're considering it, just go for it. See what you can do. Don't think that you here's the thing. If you work hard enough, things will work out, and if not, you'll work hard enough to recoup everything that you went out to. And the thing is, you're going to enjoy the time you had out there. And realistically, if you work hard enough, you're going to find a way to make it work. So no matter what, you're going to land on your feet. Whether that's touring for a year and then you aspire to go back in a few years after you make some more money, but just go for it.
Or even a month or two. If you can get a month off of work and just test it out, like that's a great place to start. It's low risk. If you like it, great. If it drove you crazy, then you're not giving up a lot. So just try it. That's my advice.
I guess answer.
Yeah, AJ wants to throw in. I'm gonna go ahead and answer Al McKellip. Occasionally, yes, Al, I will sand off some flashing on my discs. Sorry, just half cushion.
Yeah. So if you're just starting to, if you're thinking about starting to tour, man, there's so many things to say that I might as well just say zero. See ya. Just kidding. Yeah, there's a lot. I would say, I mean, if you were watching earlier, maybe what was that? A half an hour ago when you were talking about only playing the biggest tournaments in the like most elite tournaments and no tournament, like I have to disagree because there's so many lessons to be learned. I mean, we
weren't talking for them though.
Yeah.
We're talking for like Eric
right.
specifically.
So if it's
For them,
someone
they
who
should be looking to play some of those events.
If it's someone who's starting out, then I would
100%.
say, play whatever, play as much as you can handle, really, because that's when you're starting out, that's what's most important, is that experience and that tournament experience. And if you're sub 1,000 trying to go on tour, it's pretty important to play B tiers
and C tiers
because at those tournaments you have a better chance of finishing up towards the top, and you can learn a lot from playing on the lead card or the chase card.
And don't mix in, like sprinkle in some of the big events so you can use those experiences from those B and C tiers in the big events, but don't just be playing the big events.
Right.
So just to go ahead, continue.
But I would say play as much as you can, and then also what's really important to do, especially if you're just starting out, is leave the expectations back at home and leave the comparisons back at home, because it's so easy to get caught up in what everybody else is doing and trying to be just like someone else or other people or whatnot. But it doesn't always work out that way. So if you put too much weight and too much, value in trying to do what other people are doing, then if it doesn't exactly work out that way, then it just gets that much more discouraging. So I would say do some research before you go out on tour. I mean, and I'm just talking about just like the golf, because that's my experience and that's my expertise. Because like Tina said, like I fully recommend or highly recommend trying like 1 month at a time or 2 months at a time, and then you just kind of build your way up. That's exactly what I did. And as far as research goes, like look up, find the players that you admire the most and look up their stats and look back, you can look back like 10 years in the past and see what they did, when they were first starting out on tour. And it kind of gives you a better idea, like, okay, what Paul Ulibarri has been touring for a long time, 12, 13 years. Did he always, what's his history like on tour? Was it always just lead cards every week? Same thing for just about anybody. And it gives you a better idea. It gives you a more real look at what it's going to be like. So, and you really just you have to constantly remind yourself what your motives and your purpose and your intentions are, because that's, at the end of the day, that's what those are the things that you're trying to fulfill and live up to.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. So I had a question about the Sergeant. Thrown it. I think it's a flatter, more forehandable getaway. Very good disc. I think people will like it. I think it's the getaway is also amazing. So I think they fall very similar to each other. Binge watching on TV, Adventure Time. We've been getting it.
Yeah, otherwise, lots of YouTube videos, hot ones and stuff. We haven't watched a lot of TV lately. No idea who's going to win the Avocado Open, actually.
Chris Herbert. They're so damn pretty. I think so, but you have to fight some of the YouTube commenters who says that it hurts their back watching me throw. But I think it's good. All right. 2 more minutes.
2 minutes. Sorry, we're trying to catch up.
Brock, great question. Do you get more distance with a hyzer flip or a flex shot? It really just depends on how comfortable you are with the discs you have. And I think in most cases, a hyzer flip is easier for people to learn and get the distance. If you have the speed for a flex shot, then that has the potential to go farther and it can be more consistent. Because there are times where hyzer flipping, you can flip it up and then it turns too much. Where if you're throwing an overstable disc on a flex, you know it's going to flex and then come back out. So it's all about consistency. So it is very important to just have both. And I would say in a what is it, in a glass cannon, in a glass, what's the term? Under a microscope, if you will, hyzer flips do go farther, but a flex shot is more reliable.
Yaris asked about the RVE Summit last year. He asked, were most people you talked to retired business owners or vacationers? Everyone has something completely different. Basically, no one there is just a vacationer. The RV Summit is RV Entrepreneur Summit. So it's everybody that has businesses that are travel related or are able to work remotely while traveling full time. So no one's really out there only traveling. Everyone has some sort of business, which is really cool. Some of them are just like CPAs that can do that from the road. Sorry, I'm blanking right now. Programmers, tax people. Oh, that's, I guess, CPAs, but like tax specific versus like accountants. A lot of stuff like that, mostly like digital media kind of stuff. And then some people like bought a business that they're running from the road. Most people are either started a business or work for a business that allows you to work from home. And that's really all it is like you could work from home and your home can be wherever you want. So they travel. So yeah, huge array of things. A lot of self-starters and a lot of media people, like, well, I would say like us, but like obviously we have disc golf. But for me, anyways, I consider myself a media person. I definitely wouldn't be making it work right now if I was playing disc golf. But that's mostly because I'm so distracted by all the other things that I do. Will you still have your Protos? Asking for a friend. No. We gave one to Zach last week, and I have one, and it's mine, and I haven't thrown it yet. All right. Well, I think it's about time to wrap it up. Sorry if we didn't get to your question. But if
tune in next week.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to try to do these every week. The day may change because we want everyone to kind of have a chance to be here. I know some West Coasters said it's like way too early for them, and I totally understand. 11 o'clock's a little too late for me to be drinking coffee, so that's kind of why we do it earlier. But we can push it back a little bit and hopefully get everybody in. So yeah, so stay tuned. We didn't post about it this week because I just didn't get around to it, and I'm glad y'all showed up anyways. We appreciate you.
Cyrus, you know it's going to be good. You know.
Oh, we're only on an hour and 8 minutes.
Yeah,
I forgot what time we started, but that's cool. Yeah,
it's good. Let's go do other things. We supposedly are going to the beach, but this is new news to me.
No, it's not.
I'm kidding. Did you see that face? I'm dead. If you guys don't hear from me, I'm sorry.
The beach has been open for days,
Tina. I've been
and
pushing
I've
Tina
been
to
begging to go. We literally have just been driving by the beach so I can kind of see it. So Eric knows I've been stressed out. The
of
beach
course,
heals
it's going to
my
be great.
brain. So yeah. Anyways, join us on Twitch if you can.
Tonight, 8 p.m. A-Rock Oakley.
Central. Yeah.
Fish in the chat. Strawberry mango.
And I will be there, and it's a fun time, I promise, or I wouldn't be there. There is the link.
Yep.
Cool. Love y'all. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, guys. Take care.
Happy day.
Fish in the chat.
Bye.
Bye.